Right, good morning guys. I'm Sam Hart, I'm the land analyst from Shephard's Defence Insight, joining you guys today from Eurosatory 2024 in Paris. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about is, as you can see behind me, there's an array of main battle tanks on display here, ranging from existing platforms like the French Leclerc and the German Leopard 2. But what we've also got then, as you can see from the amount of barrels, is a few more tanks on that. And what this kind of is indicative of the disruptive factor that Ukraine has been having and the Ukrainian war is having on the European main battle tank market. If you kind of talked to me about 3 to 5 years ago about where I thought the main battle tank market was going to go, it would have been a case of probably holding out and waiting for MGCS, so the main ground combat system, to kind of kick into place in the mid to late 2030s. What's happened instead then is, instead of these countries like Italy especially deciding that they can afford to wait kind of 15 years for a new tank to replace their Ariets, what we're seeing is then kind of a disruption of this market as these countries need a new main battle tank, or they need to upgrade their main battle tanks, and they need mass and they need it soon, and they can't afford to wait till 2035. So just behind me, for example, we've got two sort of literal examples of this from two of the biggest companies. So one of which being the KNDS, they've got the Leopard 2 Arc 3.0. So for all effects, it's kind of a future concept of a Leopard 2 upgrade, almost like a Leopard 3 in inverted commas, as I'm sure I'll get shouted at by a KNDS marketing person in a few minutes. You've also then got a Leclerc future tank as well. So this is kind of these upgrades that could come into place sooner than kind of that 2035 MGCS, so maybe 4 to 5 years from now. And these are kind of this mid-term interim solution, offering these upgrades on these platforms without having to just kind of hold out and wait for MGCS in about 10 to 15 years. Then if I kind of go about 200 meters to my left, you've got Rheinmetall stand as well, and over there they've got the KF51. So this was unveiled 2 years ago right here at Eurosatory, and this was kind of that initial Leopard 2 replacement that wasn't MGCS. And what we're seeing here is a kind of a rehashing of it. So it's on a Leopard 4 hull. What that then means is it's a lot cheaper, so it's not a completely new bespoke platform. So it's that kind of that replacement platform. It's here again, but in a new form with that kind of larger turret, which is where kind of a lot of the Western countries are looking at. So there's been this kind of move towards 120mm smoothbore turrets. That's kind of been the main push of these Western kind of upgrade programs over the last 15 to 20 years. Whereas now, if you kind of look at like the Ascalon turret behind me, 140mm, the electronic main battle tank, so that's kind of that first early concept for the MGCS, 140mm turret. And indeed, some of the Panther variations, 140mm turret. So that's probably going to be the biggest kind of changes that we're going to see going forwards. It's going to be really interesting to see over the next few days, and indeed the next few years, if 140 stays, and if that stays, what platforms are going to take over instead.